All right, I am on hole number 7 of the Ventura Open in Monday's practice round, qualifying round. I am going to qualify today. I've made the decision. I'm qualifying today, so hole number 7. Hole number 7. Yeah. There is a rough bump. I saw one of my teammates do the rough bump on this earlier today, and it really interested me. I'm not going to practice the rough bump in this account because there's a wind adjustment, and I'm not sure if they're making like my normal MO on this hole is that if I have any kind of, if we draw a line, if I have any wind pushing up to the line or any side wind, I do a 0% adjustment. And then if I have any headwind, like if we split it in if I have any headwind that's in this range right here that's coming at me, I do a 40% pull. And if I have any wind that's in these, then I do a 30% pull. And that's how I play it in one-on-one. And what'll happen is if you get any kind of headwind, you'll clip the rough up here. And so you need to add on wind. And this is just my observations from playing from one-on-one. And I have no idea what the real numbers are, but just playing one-on-one, that's usually what keeps me sane. So I'm not sure, because we have wind going like this in the tournament, whether we can just do a normal wind adjustment when you're doing that rough bump. That rough bump looked interesting. The one thing is that if you miss down there and you catch any speed and you go down the hill, you are sunk, because there's a ridge that runs right along here, and the cup is right there. So, I mean, if you have any speed going past it, you're going to float, and there's a bowl right here, and you'll end up in that bowl and you can't get up the hill. If you're lucky, you'll come through on this trajectory and it'll roll off and you'll end up on the fringe right there. That's a lucky roll past, because then you can make that. But normally if you go down into this area, you don't have enough speed to get over to the fringe, and you'll end up on the green, and you're sunk. But I'm going to play it like I normally do, which is not super aggressive, but I am going to go for it. I'm going to take a nav. What am I taking in my low level account? I'm taking a Saturn and a nav in my low level account. So I'm going to take a Grizzly here, so I got a little bit of ball guide. I'm just going to do a straight up wind adjustment. We'll see where we're at. And I may end up a little, I would rather end up short of the hole than long, for sure. So I'm taking a Grizzly, a power 2 ball, or a power 1 ball. See if my opponents, which way they're going. So in rookie, I normally like to put myself with my ball guide. I like to put the blue ring. I like to be as centered in that fairway as possible, right in between the shadows. I'm not exactly sure. I think my opponent's gonna, I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. I'm never sure when people eyeball the stuff, like exactly where it's gonna go. Sometimes they're a lot closer than I think, and sometimes I'm like, dude, that's right where you're aiming. Okay, so I'm gonna be down into this area as centered as possible. I'm literally just going to walk it up to the cup. It's 2-5. Oh, 2 rings great to the right. And you can see how much, just a little teeny bit more speed than that, and you'll start rolling off that hill. So it's real finicky down there. One of the things that's changed on this hole that gives me the ability to get a little more aggressive is the ball guide on that Grizzly. having a long iron that's got better than 4 ball guide on it. It's huge. Big. That's the way I'm going to be going at it this week. There is a rough bump down there, and you can do that rough bump, but I'm not sure. I'm unsure whether I'm willing to. I know that the rough bump will give you a good look at it, but sometimes when you're on rough bumps like that, if you get a scoot out or you hit it just a little bit wrong, you do not want to have any speed coming off that rough. I think it's more controllable doing the bounce over, but I think the rough bump is probably a really good way to try and get a hole in one. Good luck in the tournament. All right, that was hole number 7 of the Ventura Open and Monday's qualifying round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.